in the Philippines. For instance, in Davao, we have the Davao Virtual Assistants Association. We have not less than 2,500 members. Our people are between 22, 35 years old. And the nice thing is that a lot of our virtual assistants who make money every day don't have really an academic background, but have developed skills. Skills, they have a value on the market. To give you an idea, because everybody wants to know how much can I make with being a virtual assistant.
We're very interested.
Okay, it's between, okay. A newbie starts at, it depends on the skill set they have. A newbie starts around $2, $2,000, $2.50 per hour. Goes to $6, $7 an hour. Some make more. Average, a well-trained VA brings in 35,000, 40,000 pesos a month. Home-based work. Home-based work. What's the difference between working as a call center agent in the BPO? It's okay, he can work at home, he can usually work his own time, he is result-based, and he can cater more than one client. He can cater more than one account, okay? So, I think it's a very important industry for young people in the Philippines. Now, Piper here has created the Academy for Virtual Assistants and is training them, and now we have the first ever convention. It's okay, it's putting the minds together, it's setting minds, but it's also, especially the second day, it's more also an extended training session for those people to make them more entrepreneurial and give them more entrepreneurial skills when they are branding themselves on the market. Because the first thing a virtual assistant has to do is to sell himself or herself. Okay, but for details, I will ask Ms. Piper here to give you an overview of the activity.
Yes. Before the activity, maybe we'd like to know also the description, job description, or the tasks of virtual assistant.
Okay, so good morning. So maybe you might be wondering kung sino yung Ronald Chambanga. I am also the same person. Okay, magpakilala sa ako. My name is Ronald Chambanga, but you can call me Piper. I am the founder and the chief executive officer of the Knights of Online Marketers, wherein it happens to be we are the organizer for the upcoming first ever virtual assistant regional convention to be held in TESDA Theater in Tibungco this coming Monday, March 30 and 31. But before I'm going to proceed with the details about the convention, I would like to mention muna what is a virtual assistant. Mas common kasi sa atin, a virtual assistant actually belongs to the BPO industry or the business process outsourcing, but the virtual assistant is the non-voice segment. Kasi mas familiar lang tayo with the voice, which is the call center. But in partner with the BPO, with the voice segment, we have the non-voice, and then we call it the virtual assistant. And most of our virtual assistants in the Philippines particularly are working at home, at the comfort of their own home. That is why it is very beneficial if you're going to work as a virtual assistant at home, because you're going to receive higher income compared to working in an office. Usually a virtual assistant starts at $2 per hour up to $6 per hour depending on your skills. Actually, one of my clients, I am earning 32,000 a month by just working at home. But currently, I have my own office, so I'm working in my office now. Okay? So that is a virtual assistant. It is very basic, admin, creative, and technical skills. It is like before, virtual assistants are called online secretaries. Pero ngayon, nag-evolve na yung name, it was converted or renamed as virtual assistant. Pero ngayon, may bago naman siyang name, the Online Service Provider or OSP. Okay, so because we are providing online services, internet-based. Okay, so the major tools that you need if you're going to start your home-based career is of course a computer and an internet lang. So yun lang, and then you can start working at home na. And for those who are wondering kung paano ba maging virtual assistant, if actually educational background, the age, the gender is not a requirement, because during your interview or during the qualifications stage, skills yung tatanungin, okay? So you need to learn the skills lang. Actually, I'm a nurse. Nurse ako, and then when I started working as a VA, natutunan ko yung skill, and then I started working home base. And then after 4 years, I've been in the industry for 4 years, I already built my own VA company, the Knights of Online Marketers.
Alright. I hope you don't mind calling me Miss Piper.
Yes, it's okay. Much preferred.
Anyway, gusto namin bala kung ang status sa mga virtual assistants sa Davao. Of course, it's the first time I heard about the Knights of Online Marketer. Gusto ba ang ang status sa mga online workers?
Okay, so actually, Knights of Online Marketers is really new in the industry because we just had our business registration last July. So meaning, hindi pa kami nagwa 1 year. And when I started KOM, Knights of Online Marketers, I found, or shall we say, nakita ko na maraming interesado because one of our target sectors actually is the persons with disabilities then and the out-of-school youth. When I started the KOM Academy, the training center, because we are teaching, we are training individuals who minsan gusto maging virtual assistant for a very affordable cost, 1,500 for 12 days. And then after the training program, under the KOM Academy, we are going to give client referral. So meaning our program is a job creation program. It is sustainable because we are going to give future employments kung sino gusto mag-work at home. In fact, we have a lot of students. I already had 180 students na gina-train in our office, in our training center, located in Ponciano. And then most of those students are actually working in an office. So after their office hours, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, they are actually going to the office at 6 p.m. Because we have evening classes. So they are really interested to be a virtual assistant. It is sustainable. Why? Because if you're going to handle your client religiously or working the task with your heart, you really can maintain your client. And in fact, hindi ka lang dyan ma-maintain as a virtual assistant. Meron din promotion. From a VA, you will become the project manager. And the best thing in the online industry, pwede ka rin maging COO or the Chief Operating Officer of your client outside of the Philippines. So para kang OFW, but you're just staying here in the Philippines, but you are earning dollars, US dollars.
Sige, question. Yes, and then PQ. Right.
I'd like to ask Ms. Piper, sa virtual assistant industry, tama ba? How are the employees being, ano yung status nila since they're not receiving the same benefits and not all of them are paying taxes? How is the industry handling this gap between government services? Kasi, di ba dati pagka office?
Okay, so actually that is one of the concern of the Davao Virtual Assistant Association or the DVA, where we are really conducting tax literacy program. Kasi if you're working home-based, freelancer, or independent contractor, kasi wala kang employer eh. Kasi if you already started your home-based virtual assistant career, you are considered as self-employed, of course, and you already have your own VA business. But freelancers before, pwede man na sila dili magbayad of taxes because they are just at home, di ba? But now, we are really encouraging them through tax literacy seminar because we are encouraging freelancers or independent contractors to contribute also with the tax because in the future, it will be beneficial for them. Why? Kasi it happened in one freelancer kasi before after 2 years or more than a year of working at home, nakabili siya ng kanyang house and lot and car. For the past years, wala siyang remittance sa BIR. But nagkaroon siya ng car, nagkaroon siya ng house and lot, merong property tax, so nag-remit siya, nag-report, and then the BIR asked, paano ka nagkaroon ng house and lot and car, and yet for the past years, wala kang tax payment.
Yes.
So kaya ina-encourage namin mga freelancers to pay religiously their taxes. And in fact, takot lang kasi talaga sila na baka akala kasi nila mahal or malaki ang babayaran. But since we are online service providers, minsan wala kaming mga projects, so we can declare no projects for that month. Okay? So the rest of the government, just like Pag-ibig, SSS, sila na yung bahala doon. Primarily yung tax talaga yung pinaka-concern namin to save the industry, to save the virtual assistant career. Kasi we want the VA to become a profession, hindi lang siya sideline or just to earn dollars working at home.
Thank you. Right.
Actually, I know 1 or 2
Media.
former colleagues
Yeah.
of going to virtual assistant careers. Ang pangutana niya, especially for young people, how did you start? Kung sa opportunity ngayon mo nakita, maybe you jump into it and eventually grew your ang tawag na portfolio yung portfolio to become the one you are now.
Okay, so as I mentioned kanina, I'm a registered nurse. I worked at Ricardo Limso for 6 years. And then when I found out the VA industry noong 2011, so the same with my students, zero knowledge and zero skills dito ko kung what is a virtual assistant. But I tried. So I resigned and then I applied in an office for 1 year just to learn the skills. So 2011, after 1 year and 4 months, na-learn ko yung skills for 1 year and 4 months in the office, I decided to work at home. So syempre, it is a self-taught procedure kasi. Ibig sabihin, when you're working at home, wala ka ng supervisor, you do not have your training officer. So ibig sabihin, merong self-study dapat for you to learn the skills. And take note that every time that you become more skillful, the higher you can ask your client for your hourly rate. So basically, sabi ko nga, you can start at 2 if you're a newbie. Okay? So ipasok ko na yung KLM Academy namin, training center, wherein if someone is really interested to become a virtual assistant, pwede sila mag-enroll in our training center para ituturo ko lang yung basic or minimum requirements ng mga skills kailangan to become a virtual assistant. And then as years goes by, from 2011, 2012, 2013, so I became skillful, self-taught, self-study, and then finally I decided to start my own BPO, my own VA company. I started with 2 out-of-school youth. Okay, kasi I already catered more than 1 client. As mentioned earlier by Raf, working at home, you can cater more than 1 client in 1 day. So ibig sabihin, if 1 client alone, you're earning 20,000. If you have 3 clients per day, so that is times 3, so you are earning 60,000 or even more. So when I found out the potential to have a team, so nag-hire ko out-of-school youth, neighbors namin, then nag-train ako sa kanila, then doon nag-start yung aking advocacy to help the out-of-school youth sector. And then I found out when I met the PWDs on one training at PLDT, pumasok na sila sa aking advocacy. Kasi nga, as mentioned by Ma'am Carmen kanina, the PWD sector are really kind of marginalized, di ba? So tama yung sinabi niya kanina na 1% of the companies, private or public, must have 1%. In fact, in our company, I have my admin assistant, si Marifel. Actually, she is deaf and mute, kaya hindi niya rin ako narinig ngayon na tinatawag ko siya. Okay, so I really hired a PWD. I also train PWDs. That is why nabuo yung SPVA, or the Philippine Society of PWD Virtual Assistant. So I stand as the founding president ngayon, and yun, nag-train ako ng PWD para maka-work na sila at home instead of working in an office.
Oh, interesting, no? Yes, you have one follow-up question.
Pero kung sa'yo assurance ninyo sa industry, protected mo from scams.
Yes,
bisan unsang industry nag-scam.
That's true.
So unsay assurance nga kamo mismo na protection o unsan giunsan ni pag-screen ang clients to eventually get those who really will pay you and who really will pay you higher.
Actually, it happened to me. I had a client before wherein I was not paid for 2 months, and that is equivalent to $700 US. Okay? So, to protect yourself, so I learned my lesson. So I am teaching my students to once they hunt for a client, dapat for the first week, 5 days muna, dapat they will automatically send an invoice to their client. If the client will not pay the service they offered for 1 week period, for 5 days, stop working. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, the client do not have the capacity to pay you 1 week pa lang. How much more on 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 1 month? Okay? That is why during the interview, we also have the simulation on one of our courses. Na kunyari, ako yung client, I'm going to interview the student via Skype. Tatanungin ko sila. So most the usual questions are, how much is your hourly rate, mode of payment, yun na yung PayPal na tinatawag natin, and every when. So when the client asks you, every when ba't ako magsisend sa'yo ng payment, you ask for weekly payment at least for the first 2 months. Or even 1 month is enough actually. And then yun, pag nakabayad siya ng weekly for the first month, pwede na ang bi-weekly. Actually, we are paid twice a month, 15 and 30th din. So kami ang magsasend ng invoice, ito yung number of hours na na-render namin for this specific period, and then we will just wait for the client to send their payment via PayPal.
Alright, so maybe Ralph would like to add to ask about the coming event and maybe your impression of the virtual Filipino Filipinos who are working as virtual assistants.
I think virtual assistants will become more and more important. They become more and more important. The only thing what I want to ask for the Filipino virtual assistants industries, they have to learn languages. Because I'm European, there are possibilities in Europe for VAs, but the problem is there's only one country who speaks English, and that's the UK. So I think when we have VAs with more language skills, they can add at their price. That's why. I think also that's very important for the upcoming event next Monday, next Tuesday. When you see the program, we have an outline of really hands-on training sessions to build up our VAs, not only as assistants, but as really online entrepreneurs, to make them really count in the industry.
Right. Once again, invite up to
Okay, so for my closing statement, I would like to invite all of you, especially, of course, the media, if you can come. This coming Monday and Tuesday, it will be a 2-day event. Actually, this is a back-to-back IT Summit of the TESDA, Information Processing Summit, wherein our focus this year is for the virtual assistant industry kasi nga, the VA industry is really growing. So it is a continuing professional education advocacy of the Knights of Online Marketers in resilient partnership with the CORFIL, the Korean Philippine Vocational Training Center, the TESDA Region 11, ICT Davao, and the Department of Trade and Industry Region 11, and other supporting association and organization also supports the event, like of course the Beto with Raf. And part of it, I would like to promote na lang one of our recently launched project of the SPVA, yung Philippine Society of PWD Virtual Assistant, yung rated, the idea is actually not new because you already knew the rated K, kanina yung nagbibigay siya ng sleeper. So that is also one of our project of the PWDs, yung rated KOM, piso mo, chinelas mo, wherein this coming May 3, rated KOM, okay, piso mo, chinelas ko, wherein we are asking for donation 1 peso, and then this coming May 3, we will give 100 pair of sleepers to kids, 100 kids of Barangay Bago, Galguera, Intaloco District, plus feeding program as well. Okay, so again, this coming Monday is actually a free event, the convention, the first ever regional convention for VAs. Free event, we have 11 speakers, but the food will not be provided. Yun lang din. If you're going to attend, bring your own baon na nata.
They're on the lighter side
Yes.
of the show. Ganun di ko wag mo nights na, di ba nights para mo nito mga baba?
Okay, po. Knights of Online Marketers, kasi ibig sabihin kasi ng Knights for me is protector. Online marketers are the online business owners or our clients. So Knights kami, so we are the protector of our client for them to become successful.
Alamin pala, akala ko dahil sa gabi nyo ginagawa.
Pwede rin.
Thank you very much, Ms. Piper and Sir Ralph. Salamat and good luck sa inyo.